Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show today, and thank you for coming. And definitely we want to share with you some new lessons every time that we can using our VSA 360. Of course, I'd like to know that wishing you well, and for those of you who are first time in our show, do type in one so I can identify you, at least give you a context where you're looking for. And for those of you who are regular, right, just type in 2, and for our members, just type member. So we kind of see, what kind of, crop that is coming in here today. And definitely we will be doing something quite different from our usual in here. And we want to just get a lot more so-called feedback from you in how we want to do our breakfast show in here to make it more exciting, so you can also share and find it very interesting, at least delighted, how things are in here. And let's put it into the context what we have. We all know last night the closing of the Dow Jones was definitely higher as market is heading up higher. This is where tools like the VSA 360 and the SmartRobie definitely will put you in as armrest. But right now we are already thinking of taking profit, and I hope that some of you who have the trading plan is starting to take profit in here. And if you are doing some shorter term, think about the plans that you have, the stop loss, the entry point, because that is going to be affecting in the market in here. We have gotten in much earlier when we first saw our green pentagon. Many of those that you can find us in our Telegram chat room and many in our paid plug-in members segment. We were talking about those stocks. Right now we are thinking about taking profit right now in here. So be cautious. I think what's more important at the end of the day is having the knowledge and the skill that you all want to, isn't it, right? So we all have to be prepared. And I do know in the past, you may have, have a lot of challenges cutting losses, but it's fine. I do have my same share too when I first started to learn, but eventually, we overcome it with the coach and the mentoring. And that's what we are trying to do here too, right? And of course, those of you who what we want to share with you this morning, it's going to be something quite interesting, and I do hope your feedback will be great. Now today's sharing is we're going to identify some potential stock to day trade. Yeah, that's right, we're day trading. We're going to be talking about what's day trade, how it works, and what are those good probability set up to day trade successfully, and how certain when on the working for the day trade, what are we looking for potentially? So we also want to look at some history that we have. Of course, not all trade. That's why we want to have a plan. We continue to run our profits and we cut our losses. And as long as we have the reward to the risk higher in here, we will always come out on top of it. I can definitely sure of it. And one of the ways you can definitely do that is by looking at a lot of history or forward testing. And I think very importantly is going forward, how you want to set up a plan, how you want to have a system. Generally, we all will tend to overreact to a lot of news, and that's why Pentagon Guider, as I said before, follow the smart money, follow the green pentagon. That's right. And when you see that red pentagon, do something about it. So also on this, can anyone with limited knowledge do so? Definitely yes. As I said before, if you can follow instruction and understand color, red, thing to exit, green, thing to buy, you can definitely do it. It's not that difficult. That's what will make it so much easier anymore. And how can I learn more, which is what we want to address. And these are similarly the winners in our first Turtle Trader competition that we have, Roslyn Day, Zenali, and Arik. What we did previously with them is to train them how to use our VSA 360 intraday, and something we're going to share with you this morning in here too. All right. And of course, during that course of 2 months, sikit-sikit lama jadi bukit. That's right. So here is how we have managed to bring up our top winner in here, Miss Roslyn Tay, and they're able to showcase to you how she was able to perform 21% in the last 2 months in here, and that's really what we want to do too. Okay. So let's look at the market that we have this morning using the intraday alert. Many features in VSA 360. And if you have not used it yet, why wait? Subscribe to our VSA 360 and enjoy the benefits and how our VSA Turtle Trader have managed to make the kind of return that they would never think of. Right? Always trading smarter with our turn. Now, before we go there, let's take a look at what we have in our alert center this morning. Okay, so our alert center this morning, bring it up in here, And alert this morning in here, we got 9 alert. We got RHB, let's take a look at them. And we have Charimin turning green Pentagon, Inuk turning green Pentagon, Anju turning green Pentagon, Time, plantation sectors turning green. So these are high liquid shares. Property sectors, industrial, telecommunication, Genting Malaysia. Okay, interesting. Consumer turning, Genting is turning, Adobe has turned red Pentagon, and also Care Plus, which is a healthcare, has turned in green Pentagon. And we have KSSM turned green Pentagon on the 23rd, which is a few days earlier, and MFLA. So these are should be in your watch list. Much on. But what we want to talk about today is the day trading, the concept of day trading in here. So what is the task on hand? Now let's take a look at what we have. What day trading is all about. Now day trading is basically getting in early in the morning, and I already actually done one position this morning as I was looking. Just going to break it down to you easily that you can understand how I done this day trade, just like our turtle trader winners have done so, right? Looking at the setup, first it will appear in your screener list, right? And then day trade basically getting in the morning and then exiting at the end of the day, or maybe tomorrow morning, or just shortly, not notwithstanding. So usually you do not carry your trade more than a week or even 3 days or 4 days. Now, how does it work is that you want to get in very early, even before the end of day fellas are getting in. Now, that's very important because what we do, our VSA screener works on the pullback, which is stocks that are in a stage 2 up move. Remember stage 2 we talk about, right? Stage 2 is a stock that is currently moving up higher and higher. But in between there was a pause. Just like every stock that move up 2 bars, there'll be 1 bar pullback. Why? Sometimes we know smart money are testing. Very important. We talk about the smart money concept where they continue to test the market. And once the testing is over, and usually we are looking for low volume, that's where the market started to move up. And that's what we want to identify. And this pullback trade, right? It's actually one of done by one of our coaches who has continued backtest the whole system for the last 4 to 6 years, and we have very good success rate in here. So we continue to run this, and that's why we run this for our turtle trading program, because we want to make sure they have a lot more success factor, and we are showcasing it today. So what are the good probability setup to day trade successful? We're going to be sharing with you in here, and definitely we're going to be looking at some examples in here, and also backtracking, looking at the history that we have. So by looking at those back history, you can see some day trades will be working for you. So let's take a look at, can anyone do it? Definitely damn sure. So let's take a look. So let's take a look at one of the examples that we have here. Okay, this is what we have in our VSA 360. So the area you want to look at is going to premium alert, and what you want to do is intraday alert. So for our members who already have this, right, and for those of you who don't have, do get a copy. Go straight up and get a copy. So right now we get this intraday stock alert. You can see here earlier on we've seen many of the payment. Remember digital bank license are racing. So MPay it's up, but MPay is only 50K volume in here. 50K. So all these PB are pullbacks. Okay, a lot of pullback this morning, meaning the stocks. Let me just share with you in here and try to draw something for you. Okay, here. So generally the stocks are going up in an uptrend. Okay, and they have a pullback here, and then they pause back up. And this is where we are entering. Okay, entering here. That's right. So this is what we call a stage 2 shares. Okay. So these are stage 2. We're entering early in the morning. So you can see this is a timestamp, right? 10:25, and we want to scroll down here, right? And you scroll down, there's a lot of so we normally just go through the list early in the morning around 9:30 to 10 o'clock in here, looking what we have. And I found YBS. Actually, I've done the trade already. I'm going to share with you what trade I've done there. And I bought at 575, I believe. Is it 575? Yes, I bought it at 575. YBS now is 570, went to 1011, and YBS at 570. Okay, so I bought it in there, and let's take a look at where it is now. YBS now is 585 already, right? 585 already. So that's one of the trade, and you can see here, you can see right this. Let me just bring this up here. Right, and you can see 575. So the stocks, let me turn on the right. This is the one. So you can see just above here. All right, you can see this pencil. This is where the pullback is, and this is the entry that we did. Right, the market continued to go up. This one bar, you can see this one bar pullback, right, was very successful. And from here onwards at 50 cents, going up to 58.5 cents. You can see that, right, if you carry it for 4 days. So let me just bring up my calculator. Okay, my calculator, and I have it here. If I can bring it up, turn this off again. Okay, no, not that one. I will bring up my calculator. Okay, here we have the calculator, and you can see 585. So we have 0.585 divided by this one here. 5. This was entry at this level here, which is 5.1. Okay, let's say 5.1. 5.1. That will be, how many return is that? A 14% return in how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 5 days, that's right. But that is slightly carrying on for a week. But what we are interested in is just carrying on for today, YBS. And this is definitely one of the reasons why we, and let me just close this again, a reason why we want to pull this up. And you can see this was a nice pullback in here. And of course, you want to have an intraday trade like what we see here, a 1 hour pullback here. You can see, right, the market goes straight up. And very importantly, it is still in a green pentagon. You can see a green pentagon on the hourly chart. And you can see the last round, they made about 34% in here. That was a nice big move that we've seen in here. And also on the hourly chart, started to turn what? Only moving to the red danger zone in here. And normally you want to carry it about 4 or 5 bars, and then the market will slightly pull back. Right now we have also the moving averages also turning what we call railway track, so continue to go up. So did hit 5, we got in. Let me see, let me just show you. So this is one of the trades go in, but let's go on to the process of screening it first, okay? And then we're going to go on to the trade that I've done, and we look at the order status here. This order status here, and you can see here was matched at 575, so already in the money. Okay, so we will do probably we try to close the trade end of the day, or we leave it for tomorrow, let it run a few more. But if you want to run it a few more days, if you see right now the KLCI continue with momentum, like previously the YBS, that you can able to hit about 14% in the next last of 5 days, only through our screening of our so-called the intraday trades. Okay, now let's take a look at back where we are. As I said before, you can look at MPay. So first thing, it came out on 9/18. Now these get updated every morning, so you need a screener like this. 9/18 pre-selected for you, so we can look at let's look at MPay. Okay, looking at MPay now here. So we want to look at the real-time charts first, okay? Looking at MPay, this again, a lot of momentum news coming in here. You could see this one here, less, the setup for this 1 hour chart, you can see has still turned green pentagon, and you have this peak value hitting up to 22%, but it's still trading nice. But I always look from a daily chart standpoint. You can see daily chart standpoint, the market could not break out. You want to see this, this bar here. Let me just draw the okay, let me just erase this, right? And this is what we want to look for. So we want to make sure that this 1 bar pullback, okay, you see this bar goes up, it goes up like this, pull that down, right? This bar we want to enter here. So if you enter here, we prefer the market actually test up here first. So it must close here. So at the end of the day, the chart actually closes up here. So it looks like it's ready to go higher. But at this case, I did not buy it, MPay. Partly if you look at the morning. Okay, let me just turn this off again. Here you can see the volume. What is the volume showing you? Can someone tell me what is the volume showing you here? Type it in there, right? What is the volume showing you? The volume is showing you only 50K, right? And you can see here 50K, 33K. Penta was good. you want to be buying at least 100, 150K. MPay was 63. They are slowly coming in. I'm not saying that it may not come in because remember, we have the digital bank license and MPay is definitely one bidding for that one. But there was a good example I want to share with you yesterday. Revenue actually moved up. You can see revenue yesterday came out on the intraday alert. Again, intraday alert, definitely one of the feature in our 360 in here. You can see this was the one, closes up, and today up another 4%. Very, very similar to YBS. Okay, YBS. And the kind of target that we're going for, it's not so much of the target. We're trying to make about 100, 200 ringgit per day. That's right, the intraday, right? For a size about 5,000 or 6,000 trade size. You could see the trade that size that I did, this one is about 6,000 ringgit here, all match here. All right, and well, later on, just before we end this show, we'll pack the profit target. And what profit target do you want me to pack here? Just pencil those in on the here. So I will key in the profit target. What profit target? Okay, for YBS. So I'm just going to type here, what is the profit target for YBS? Okay, this is real money trading. Okay, can someone tell me that? All right, so what is the profit target in here? So if you are trading and you have that chart in here, go in and let me know what is the profit target for YBS. Of course, I have to make a clarification too. Not all trades will turn up to be winner, right? And this one happened to be good, but because the market is momentum right now, the high is, you notice the old high is 885. This high is 858. And if you switch to hourly chart, you can see market is going what? Market is going higher. That's right. You can see, right? Low volume here, then volume came in. But take notice, once you see what we call a VSI bar here, you can see this green bar, VSI bar, the market's going to break up. That's where you want to take profit. All right. So give me a profit target in here, and sometimes I'll also use time expiration because we said before, intraday, you want to be exit at the end of the day and so forth. Okay, so let's go through this list again. Earlier, then we have Penta. Remember Penta, 452,000. Of course, the early morning before I started this, I was scanning for the stocks, and eventually YBS came out at 955. Okay, 955 YBS. YBS. I don't really care what they do, to be frank with you, because I'm only in there for a shorter period in here. Okay, so you can do a Control F here, type YBS, and you can see appeared 12 times on the screener. So you can go right at the bottom in here. First time it appeared was 9:44. So that's why when we do the breakfast show, I always do it 10:15. It give me a lot early in the morning to scan for it. YBS then came out again, 575, right? And so forth. Okay, let's look at some of the other Penta. Let's look at Penta, which also came out 9:44 and has a volume 450,000, which is very, very sufficient, and up 2% already. Okay, let's take a look at Penta. And these are very, very early stages before the market turned green pentagon on the daily chart. So remember that, right? By the time it turned green pentagon, most of the end of day trader are trading, but you, with the intraday trader, are getting in earlier than most of it. And that's the edge that you all want to eat. Now, this is where we are. Hasn't turned green pentagon yet. The market has moved up in here. I didn't like this trade because it jumps up. And I prefer, you notice what? Just now when I draw that stage 2 pullback, okay, the stage 2 pullback, and that's what I was looking for with a very high win rates. So that's what I sort of filter out, and you just need a bit of exercise and going through what I do. And this is something that we teach in our master class and also in the next trading class that we have. So make sure you join it. But more importantly, get the tools first. All right. Then we have Echo Mate. Echo Mate is 474, so the criteria is good, and it's gone up 1%, which is all right. You don't want it to run like 10%, 6%. That's why we never go through the usual screener that most people are going through. So the usual screener they're going through is already up 20%, up 30%. And usually when it's up 20, 30%, what's likely to happen? Right? The market will start to take profit. That's where a lot of the unskilled and so-called uninformed people who trades this market, they sort of, they only see what is visual. They only want to feel the money. By the time they feel those visual, the good feeling that they're in the money, the market got up so high, right? What happened? The market turned. Does it ever happen to you? If it happened to you, I can understand why. It also happened to me many, many times. So just like some of the trade we done for Gabunda Evergreen, we use solely on the green pentagon to get in early. Of course, if the trade don't work, it's okay. My losses are small, but I will run my profit. Over a long run, my profit will be more than my losses, and I'll still come out at it. Now remember, losses are normal according to Mike Douglas, okay, which is the trading psychologist. Losses are normal part of trading, and if you don't look at that, consider it as part of business. Business have costs, isn't it? Am I correct or not? Yes, it has costs. So losses are costs, but make sure you're winner in. But surprisingly, most people, they don't run their profit, or they don't have an objective. They succumb to their emotion. So end up, they don't cut their losses, they cut their winners, and eventually they don't make money. And of course, the blame game starts. So this is where we want to help you. If you ever experienced this, right, come in touch with us. This is where we can help you. Right, so this is what we want to do here. Okay, going back to BP Plus. Okay, BP Plus here. That's another one. Okay, BP Plus here. BP Plastic. This one started to move up. Very nice, right? Hourly chart turning green. But you look at daily green. This one is also good. This is what I talk about, right? The 1 bar pullback. And if you look from here, if the market were to retest back from here to this point, that is how much we're talking about. If you want to run it, that definitely will be more than 2 bar, 3 bar, 3 weeks. You got about 11% right now in this moment. Just turning green only. That's why intraday is allowed you to do that. But this bar already run 2%. BP Plastics. Okay. Next one, we go on. We got BP PTT. PTT is 55, so we ignore. Pi 158. Pi is a technology stocks. Oh, no one has given me the profit target for YBS yet. Can someone give me the profit target for YBS? I'm asking the audience here. Just type it inside there. Okay. Now you can see here, this is another one, Pi. Pi did not cross higher. All right. We want to cross higher in here. No doubt for the longer term, you can still trade this. But for our pullback, we need to satisfy the requirement there. Okay. We want the market to close up a bit. Then the market can run up some more in here. So right now you can see here, which is still okay. I'm not saying that, all right? But if you have gone into the green pentagon, here PIE would have already been out. So for those of you who are trading the pentagon, stick to the pentagon. This is an intraday trade. As I said before, there is always opportunity to trade using the VSA 360 intraday. Okay, let's go on. Some Darby 2.4 million can trade but this one I want to trade those less than $1 one. All right, less than $1 because why? The big penny stocks, the movement are bigger and it's faster because we are trading such a short time between the intraday trade, between a day or two. So the penny stocks, that's one below the $1, tend to move much better. You can see Penta has moved up 9. Petasco 21 cent. This one lagi cepat. Petasco, so you can look at Petasco. PROTAC. Okay, Petasco and daily chart. It did hit higher, open up here. Okay, open up here and then sell back down again. So that's why we always we wait for it. You can see this one coming down, not a kind of trade that we want. Remember the trade that we want was green, red, green. Anybody can do it, right? You can identify color or not. Green, red, green, can, right? Then that's the one. So green, red, green. Let's look at YBS. Right. Green, red, green. Yep, we are still there. No one has given me what is the profit target. I'm going to ask the audience again, right? Those of you who is watching, what is the profit target for YBS? Can someone give me, those of you who are watching? Come on, guys. You're supposed to be participating because there is a reward to the end of this talk. Okay, there's a reward to end of this talk. Give me your profit target, all right? What is the profit target in here? Come on. Okay, let's take a look at the next one here. YBS, and right now it's 1036. All right, you can see 1033. MPay is still hanging there, right? 488. And EchoMate. So let's take a look at EchoMate. EchoMate is 474. EchoMate, that's an earlier one, right? We've seen before. ECOMATE. Okay, EchoMate are also good, but we wanted to retest back at least the 47 in here. Okay, Come on, everybody, just give me the profit target. Yes, we got YBS. Firdaus, thank you very much. So we'll put it at 60 cents. All right, 60 cents in there. Okay, we put the profit target at 60 cents. You will decide the target price and you will share a part of the profit. Now, some of the things I want to do to make it fun, and I do hope you all have your touch and go card. If I make the profit today, and if you fill up the feedback form, I will share the profit to you. I will just use the touch and go card and send you the profit, whatever profit we make. If we make $200, we got 10 people in the feedback form, we just share maybe 20 ringgit, less of all costs. So we all have a cup of coffee, right? And enjoy this, isn't it, right? I think that's also good. We enjoy the share of the process, so you all learn. Have coffee, make money, and enjoy watching our live Facebook in here. So the next slide, I'm going to have it. So make sure you fill up the feedback form. That's where I will get your mobile number as well as your email, and give me some feedback, okay, how we can do this. But if there are losses, no worries, you don't have to pay me, okay? It's only winner I will pay you, just to make it fun, just to make it learning to be interesting, I suppose. All right, small coffee, touch and fuga. Of course, if we 60 cents, now I enter at 575. Okay, let's take a look at the profit. Okay, okay, let's cancel let's say we hit 60 cents minus 575. All right, and I bought 10,800 shares. 10,700. So that'll be 267, less cost, maybe 210. Divided how many people fill in now? Today we have about 60, 70 people over, right? If you all fill up the form, then we divide by, then less for everybody. But I will try to pick at least the top 10 now, right? Because sometimes if everybody fill up, then, be just too much. But just know the bottom of my heart, by being generous, right? I'll just probably pick those who have filled up the form. And generally, we may have more. But of course, if the profit do come in, I will definitely share with you in here. If you have not received in here, do feedback to me in here. I'll try to get up to everybody in here. It's going to be more like, a bit of fun in here. Okay, before, let's go on and see any more. So that's about it. I think that's all we have for this morning. But just let me share with you now. If you go to the top side here, you can see this bar, which is look like a calendar. You can click on here and just want to share with you. Revenue came out last night on 24th. Submit that one. You can actually look at that back test. Not all of them work. The setup is important and the volume too. If you look back at revenue, when it first came out, you can see, right? This is what, 162 at 922. You look at the volume. How much is the volume? 600K over, right? Those anything 30K and below 10 cent one, no need to look. This one 600K onwards. 922, all right? This, when was the date here? You can see this one is semalam punya, all right? Semalam, just go back 24th. So you go back to revenue. So why is this? Because my turtle trader, the one that I shared with you, those are the guy that we trained in for the last 2 months. They went through this whole process and they said, hey, Martin, that was very good. 162, is it 162? Where was it? Is it 24th? Is it 24th? Yeah. Go to revenue. Okay. Yes. 162. Okay. So 162 here. And switch it back to an hourly chart. You can see here. 162 was here when he first cracked through here. Right? We move side, crack through here. And then you have gotten maybe 4-5% profit. But if you want to run your profit, if you are properly trained, like some of our turtle traders say, hey, Martin, we don't need to exit end of the day, we can carry it for 5 days, just like the earlier trade that we did for that one, win about 14% return. And that's what the whole process is. But we want to keep the risk smaller, so you can do this very, very rapidly. It's more like a sort of income. Wouldn't say income because nowadays our market's not that bullish in here. So something you can look forward that. Okay, we have here, so these are on the, SOP. SOP come out. SOP is COC. COC is another advanced position which is handled by my coach, Zach in here. This is one of his favorite trade. So check it out, COC, those of you who want it. It's Sarawak All Plantation in here. Let's take a look at it just for curiosity. SOP. Cool asked, why do I buy 10,800 shares? Very important, Cool, is because we want to make sure we buy the amount. The amount is more important. Because when we trade, do we calculate amount or do we calculate shares? We calculate amount, isn't it, right? Because we want to have that amount. We want to have the 6,000, the 7,000 amount. depending on your price. So I never use 10,000 shares. So a lot of people like you 10,000 shares, 20,000. For me, use the amount, because it is the amount of money that will make you, not the unit. Just keep that in mind. Now you can see Sarawak All Plantation. You switch to it right now. We switch to this is the hourly chart. Switch to daily chart. You can see the plantation stocks. It's coming back. Plantation is coming back. So that's a COC trade there. All right, in here, check it out. All right, change of guard. This is a change of guard. Now we have the stock started to move up in here. That's a very nice one in here. So check out the intraday trade. If not, subscribe to it. All right. So let's take a look at where we are right now in the agenda in here. Yeah, we look at the history just now. We share with you revenue. We share with you the previous earlier one that has gone up about 14%. If you want to run it more, can anyone do it? Absolutely. Can anyone do it? Absolutely. You can always do this. Once you have the tool, you have the guidance from me, and continue to follow our show to be convinced of it. And how can I learn more? All right. So those of you who want to learn more, give us your feedback in here, and this is the one that we will share. That good news that we talk about. If we do hit the 60 cents, we will share the profit with you guys, okay? And that's how we want to reward you for coming to the show, okay? Make it interesting and make it very, very fun to learn in here. So this is give me a feedback, and we're going to put in the profit target right now. So let's go and do the profit target setting here. Let me bring up my trade position here. Okay, what I'll do, I would set up on the other station for the 60 cent, right? So, yeah, here is it. So we will sell, okay, that was 10,700. Okay, well, what's the price you want to sell? 60 cent, isn't it? 60 cent, okay, 60 cent, and we will value today, okay? Minimum, this one. No, this is wrong side. I have to put YBS. Okay, YBS, and we put sell. We put at 60 cent. So 60 cent, 10,700. Live trading, in front of you, the real deal. Okay, quantity here. Okay, overall quantity, we will sell 10,700 shares. Confirm. Okay, and we put in the order status. Okay, all confirmed. We bought at 10,700. At 575, we will sell at 10,600, right? And we do get the $200. Not bad. Okay, and what is the percentage here? Okay, let's bring up the my calculator here. All right, just to show you guys. Okay, and now we have 60 cent divided by 575, that's equivalent to 4%. 4% okay lah. 4%, can you get 4% in the bank nowadays? Cannot, isn't it? 4%, so to wait 1 year, right? Now we try to get 4%. Maybe luckily end of today. If not, tomorrow, right? Let's say tomorrow opening, we'll keep it at 60 cents. But make sure the importance of the momentum is still there. All right. And we do the trade there. Then I will just look through the feedback. You guys are doing it in here. And I will pick a few winners, right? And I will share the winnings in it. If it's small amount, probably everybody get share of the profits. But if there's too many of you on that, then I'll just have to put a few winners here. Trust me, everybody come and visit my show in here, give good comments about it, share with your friends, and make learning interesting and fun. And have a cup of coffee if we have good winnings in here. Okay. So for those of you who have not used our system for the first time or considering in here, join our Trade VSA plugin. We have the combo where we actually go deeper. Many of our members in here are from the combo member, and as little as 2 ringgit per day per market in here. This is the edge in here. All right, now we're going to be looking at the stocks that you all have. We got the CK here, want me to look at Tenaga. Sure. But don't forget to go over to our Google Play Store and our Apple Play Store, and also feedback in our Facebook to get all the information that you need to get you all started up. Okay, so let's take a look at the charts that we're having right now. Tenaga, let's take a look at Tenaga. Now do take note, Tenaga. Okay, let's look at Tenaga in here. That's the easiest. Just type here Tenaga. So Tenaga, it's a rated 2, right? It's a FADO stock, so it pays good dividend. So I'm going to ask CK, what is your plan for Tenaga? Can you share with me? What is your plan for Tenaga? Good. Thank you, Ku, for sharing in here. What is your plan for Tenaga? Okay, it's a profitable business, high dividend yield, high tangible price, high debt, very high gearing. Okay, definitely green pentagon, very nice. Okay, and we got some short-term profit target, 942, which is about 0.9 or $10. You can see, right, $10 at R2, the resistance level, which is the medium term. It's about 7%, right? But we are targeting the intraday trade, right? Analyst has it at $12.42. Okay, very simple, and that's from Public Bank, updated on the 10th of March 2022. Okay, a PE of 9, that's quite reasonable, with the ROE of 4, but the return on equity is a bit low lah. Having said that, okay, this is again is a dividend stocks in here, and let's take a look at the overall market. You can see Tenaga longer term. If you keep it as a long-term investment stocks, really haven't made money. Every year also lose money after you offer it. So all depends in here. I would think if you were to buy Tenaga, it's because of the dividend yield, right? Dividend yield for utility is number 5. For the electricity, it's out on number 1 in here. All right. Okay, we got press metal in here. Let's take a look at press metal. Now again, okay, we got this issue now. The server is. Usually I get this when the server is busy. Okay, let's wait for this ring thing to finish first. You still have this. I have to tell. Never mind, let's look at the chart first. We'll come back to this one. I have this this one. Been informing because a lot of people use up early in the morning. Okay, press metal. Okay, press metal. Again, very nice green pentagon in here, up to about 7% here. Again, looking back into your thing. So right now it's still very good. Still below the what we call the danger zone, below danger zone. So there's still more room to up for. Okay, so make sure you have a profit target and make sure you get our peak to valley and our plugin, right? For plugin hot, if you have not used our plugin in here, make sure you get a copy and continue to enjoy the analysis from our plugin in here. And you can see press metal in here has came down from a bit. Okay, let's try one more time again. Okay. There you go. All right, I told you it's a server thing. So looking from here onwards, you can see PE is very low, right? PE is 0.48 because return on equity also very low here, right? But it is a growth stock, no doubt about it in here. High trading value in here. It's a growth stock, as I said before. All right, you see the growth stock, sometimes you get this return on equity is also very low right now in here. I think they are going some sort of expansion here, but from the bottom of it here, you can see, you can see this is a real difference. The press metal yearly return. So I would say this is a longer term. I think you will benefit from a longer term, right? I think for Mr. Hawk, why do you keep it for long term? You look, if you have it in 2010 with VSA 360, you have an insight right now. You'll be sitting 10,000 ringgit in 2016. You'll be sitting with a profit of 167,000. Isn't that great? That is how wealth are built. All right. If I were you, I would treat it as a long-term investment. Of course, having a VSA 360 in here, your 10,000 ringgit is possible to become 167,000. And that's exciting, isn't it? Right? Isn't it? Rather than just try to get 7% return and 8%. So in our manner, what we teach here, you got to have both strategy. The long-term strategy, having a stock just like press metal, and doing the intraday trading way for that one. So with that, you will have in here. And also go back and review back what really works for you and what don't really works. And at the end, nobody care more about the money than yourself. We at Trade VSA and our coaches in here can only do and reach out to you if you want to reach out to us. Okay? So keep that in mind. We're always here for you in here, just like many of you we just wanted to review your stocks. So any more stock reviews, let me know. And else we'll end today. Thank you for your time, and let's hope we will hit the 60 cent for YBS. And don't forget, early on, just give you one more time, you can submit the feedback form. If you miss it, that's it. But if you have really the feedback, that's great. So don't forget to smash our YouTube subscribe button in here for a very interesting video that we have done today in here. Thanks a lot for coming in here, and don't forget to share our Telegram chat room in here, and also sharing of fun and success in trading with all our public and the members in here. Thank you. Bye-bye.